her death. But we didn't. I wouldn't hurt her for anything. She was like a shining star to me. But I didn't idealize her. She was a real woman with flesh and bones and tits and teeth. And it was because I knew her, cellulite and all, as it were, that I loved her. You can't love anyone you don't know. Not really. But I spent my life getting to know her. To peek behind the mask and under the hoop skirt, as it were. We all wear masks, you know. In Shakespeare's time, everybody had a horrible pockmarked skin. And the fashionable people, well, they wore makeup that was thick, white, pasty. I think they were trying to look like something they imagined. Diana was what they imagined. White and soft. I brushed up against her more than once. The first time, not really needing to. But after that, on purpose. You know, until you touch the skin of a certain kind of English girl, you don't know what the word soft means. Numbers, or we'll be here all night. It's not that kind of play. You're supposed to appreciate it on an intellectual level, not enjoy it. But it's okay to laugh. Who was it who said, life is a comedy to those who think, and a tragedy to those who feel? Well, on with the story. What haven't I told you exposition-wise? Oh, I haven't introduced myself. Johnny Swift of the London Evening Call. I'll be your narrator this evening. First, I'll show you how I interviewed her for the television. I interviewed Diana on the telly. Is it true, Diana, that your marriage to Charles is irretrievably wrecked?
I'm afraid so. It's quite a mess, really. We both committed adultery.
With whom?
I with the captain of the guards who rode me like a horse. Charles with the horse and the 2 dogs.
How deplorable and tragic you are.
But I still feel I can live a useful life.
How do you plan to do that?
By being a good mother to my children, whom I love, and by being an ambassador of love to the world.
Are there any particular ways in which you intend to bring love to mankind, aside from the obvious ways?
I'm especially going to work hard at the instatement of international conventions regarding landmines. We must have fewer landmines. They blow people's legs off and other parts as well. And it must stop.
How do you think Charles will react to your new role?
As long as I don't interfere with his campaign to knock all buildings down built after 1939, I think he'll be just fine.
The Queen and Queen Mum watch telly and greet the invisible dogs.
By that?
I don't mean anything, dear.
Oh, you mean something. You always mean something. Only one never knows what. You're like one of those terrible plays by Harold Pinter.
I mean about Di. Put the blame where it really belongs, why don't you?
Yes, the educational system. It's abysmal. Standardized tests, I say, or we'll never compete with the Belgians.
No, I mean about your children. They're the ones. My word, their taste in sexual partners. It's always been the bane of the family. First grandmother and that horse fellow, and then Edward and that horse-faced American bitch. What was her name?
Simpson, Mrs. Simpson.
They say she was really a man.
Look, Mother, don't be silly.
A man wearing women's clothing.
And what would you know about such things?
They never had children.
I know that.
Say she gave the best blowjob in all of Europe.
If you say so, Mother.
That would explain about no children.
Mom, will you stop?
It runs in the family. There's nothing to be done. First Charles with Diana, and then Andrew with that red-headed tard. The one that keeps running up bills and writing children's books.
Her name is Fergie.
Fergie? Fergie? Who's named Fergie? And then there's your youngest boy. What's his name? Edmund? Edgar?
Edward.
Going into the theater when anyone knows that everyone who goes into the theater is homosexual.
Mother.
Or has homosexual tendencies.
Mother, please.
What is it they call him?
Who?
Edmund, Edgar, your youngest boy.
Edward.
At the theater where he works, what is it they call him?
I don't know.
Well, something like Waterfront Gertie or Seaside Sally or Dockside Nellie.
Yes, Mother, something like that.
I suppose it has something to do with the fondness of the members of the Royal Navy. I just made a joke. Members of the Royal Navy? Members? Get it? You get it, Elizabeth. Members. Like the member on a man. Where are you going?
I'm just going to let the dogs in.
Don't.
Oh, they've been out long enough.
I'll be good. Really, I will.
You know, Mother, you're just like a German, either at my feet or at my throat.
That's not very nice, especially since I stayed in London during the Blitz, while you, little princess, were sent safely to the country.
Oh, please, you stayed behind so you could invite the Nazis to dinner when they marched into London. You always loved the Germans, you always did. I remember you saying, oh, that Neville Chamberlain, what a clever diplomatist he is.
I did not.
Always on about how much German blood we have.
I never.
You asked if Princess Margaret wouldn't like to marry nice Mr. Hitler.
I never said any such thing.
Now you're a Hun lover from way back.
You would benefit from the example of the Germans. A little firmness goes a long way, especially when you're a monarch.
A monarch with no power left? Oh, God. Now I've made a joke. Poof, like Edward.
You would have power if you used it. Use it. Power is like a muscle and it will atrophy.
Calm down, you'll wet yourself.
You're a cruel child. Mean to your old mum is what I call it.
Cruel. Wouldn't you rather say realistic? When I am betrayed by a Tory government, a Tory Prime Minister, that great bitch, Margaret Thatcher.
At least on that we agree.
Betrayed even by that great Tory bitch, Maggie Thatcher. Well, then, isn't the jig really up? I mean, then Tony Blair. I mean, how much can one take?
So it's realism to give up? Just leave the world to the barbarians? Just give up on the monarchy and give up on manners and give up order and truth and let the apple cart topple over? And let the Tony Blairs and the Bill Clintons of the world sell themselves like cake with television advertisements and then sell their governments to the highest bidders. And of course the highest bidders are the corporations, and everything has a corporate logo on it. And wouldn't your crown look nice with a Nike swoosh on it? Very well for the corporations, but what about the human beings? Who's going to look after the human beings, Beth? You are the corporations, and the corporations aren't human. You are human, mostly.
Bangers, mash, steak and kidney pie. Come to mummy, time for bed.
Oh, that's it, Commander. Call in the Royal Marines.
Well, there you are. Steak and kidney pie, my little love. And bangers, lovely bangers. Where's Mashy? Where's my little Mashy? Now, go say good night to Grandma.
No, leave me alone. Let me be. Get back, you cur.
Tonight, Elizabeth sings. Children of bother, children of pain, children give you headaches, headaches real and ones you feign. Yet there must be new airs, yet there must be sport, and to split a few hairs, please don't do it on the lawn. If only I could breed them like my horses, avoiding indiscretion, passion forces. Then as would have the simplest of sources. If only I could breed them like my horses. Sex would be eliminated as it really should. Royal men would eat and they but more. The nation's good. If only I could breed them like my horses, choosing airs based solely on their genes. If only I could breed them like my horses, there wouldn't be such ugly public scenes. Succession would be orderly, the nation would be one. Power then would smoothly flow from sun to sun to sun. Victorians had ways of impregnation. A turkey based her health before the lunch. That's how I got old Beth before the nation. Although I doubt she even has a hunch. If only I could breed them like my horses, avoiding indiscretion, passion forces. Then as would have the simplest of sources. If only I could breed them, it's a pity that we need them. If only I could breed them like my horses.
Diana at the disco with Dodie.
I'm at a disco all alone. I tried to call you on the phone. I need the loving of a groovy chick. Please no more poppers or to make me sick. I'm wearing Paco, that's the bomb. Forgot to put my undies on. These short-ass jeans make my thing look big. Put down that angle or I'll flip my wig. I'm verbal abuse. From you, it's like a chorus of angels singing the collected works of Andrew Lloyd Webber. You like him too?
Like him? How dare you accuse me of liking Andrew Lloyd Webber?
You don't like him.
Oh, I love him madly, passionately. He's the greatest genius in Elton John.
So do I love him.
You're not just saying that?
Absolutely not. I worship Andrew Lloyd Webber. There's no greater genius.
I'm glad you think so.
I do.
I like a cultured man.
That is me.
You're sort of a hairy little wog, aren't you?
A little hairy, yes.
All over?
Pretty much everywhere I can think of, except my butt. My butt is smooth. Do you mind?
About the butts?
About hair in general, your tastes and preferences?
I love it. The more the merrier. To me, you're just a big, hairy teddy bear.
Don't think. I'm not too hairy for you. I'm transported into paroxysms of ecstasy.
Some women like hairy men. I'm one of them. There you have it.
We have a lot in common.
You like hairy men too?
I like to party. Would you like a little sneak?
I don't mind a good whiff now and again.
Take all you want, I've got plenty. Neither do you. Light follows wherever you go. The girl they call Diana, sparkling in the sun, right there on page 1. We crayon next to beds, a better view, a better shot of you, the girl inside the zoo. The girl they call Diana, object of desires, all the world requires, something slashing, captured in the flesh. She enters with panache, she has to make us splash. The girl they call Diana, how that pretty smile thrills an angler's mind. She's the one we'd like to be beside. Beauty she can find, she's certain to be sly. The girl they call Diana, she's a fantasy. The girl they call Diana, on a TV screen, in a magazine, a star that glistens high above the sea. Oh girl they call Diana. Diana, pick me.
Song. Nothing but a cheap Euro trash disco flibberty gibbet. Film producer. Ha! Did you see that movie he made? Chariots of Fire? It's only the most boring thing since Gandhi. I hate, those movies that people pretend to like, but really, they wouldn't rent it again on video with a gun to their head. What I really hate are movies with big themes. If you want to send a message, call the BBC. Me, I like Are You Being Served? I have to go home to feed me pussy. Dodie dreams of Ari.
Wake up! Dodie! Wake up! You're late!
What? Who is he?
You're late!
Who are you?
Who do you think I am?
You look like Aristotle Onassis, the great shipping tycoon is played by my father.
Forget the part about your father. You can call me Ari.
You're Onassis.
In the flesh.
But you've been dead for years.
All right, not in the flesh. In the ectoplasm.
I don't know the word ectoplasm when I'm awake. How can I know it when I'm asleep?
I'm a dream in a play about reimagined historical figures. The levels of unreality and artificiality are uncountable. And you're worried about a word you may or may not know? I say it's plausible, the audience will buy it. Can't buy. British citizenship, for example, your father tried 3 times and failed.
Poor father. He does so want to be English.
And you want to help him by making him the grandfather of the future king.
It's not my motivation. I love Diana. She's beautiful. No man would need an ulterior reason to want her.
Don't bullshit me, boy!
Bullshit you, Daddy. I mean, Adi.
Let me tell you a little story. When I was a young boy, we were in Turkey, my father and me. And he sold cigars and he got in trouble with the police. And the policeman said he would let my father go under one condition.
What condition was that?
I was a very beautiful young boy. And that captain of Turkish police wanted to be with me all night, in bed, and do things to me which hurt very much. It's with this captain, Turkish captain of police. I lost any respect for my father because he could not protect me from this bad man.
What has these to do with me?
Nothing! I just like to tell the story. But many years later, because I saw sex as a commodity, I married Jackie Kennedy, and everyone was even more shocked than they will be if you marry the Princess Diana.
Yes? So?
I'm here to tell you don't do it. She's very high maintenance, and she hasn't any money.
About 17 million.
See, a pauper like Jackie. I married her, and she hardly ever let me sample the baklava, if you know what I mean.
Diana wants me to make love to her all the time. She says I'm so gentle, like a teddy bear, and make her feel good. Still, she just lies there.
See what I mean? Stay away from these high-maintenance dames. Get mixed up with her, and you'll regret it for as long as you live.
But I can't live without her.
You will pay and pay. Death. Death will follow this woman. You will pay and pay and pay and pay and pay.
Diana tries again with Charles.
Go on now, boys. Kiss your father.
Now go on to bed. I'll be up to say goodnight.
Ask him. You said you would.
Father, will you take us riding this weekend?
I had planned to do a watercolor this Saturday. The light will be particularly good. Perhaps on Sunday. We shall see.
But you said that last time and we didn't.
Well, I said we shall see, and we will.
Very well. Mommy, come up and say goodnight.
Look, aren't you a little old to be tucked in by your mummy? When I was your age, I was being tucked in by the Lord Mountbatten. He gave me a cold shower and beat me with a rod, and I gritted my teeth and took it like a man.
I'll be up in a minute, my darling. Now go on. It's hard for them, I think,
Exactly what is hard?
being divided the way they are between us.
They're not divided, they're all yours. You own them.
That's not so, Charles. They love you.
If they do, it's little thanks to you.
I've never said a word against you, I swear. Never a word.
You wouldn't have to. The reporters do it for you.
I've never called you unfit as a parent in the presence of reporters or out.
You don't have to. You simply seduce while I'm not seducing. You seduce the reporters. You seduce my boys.
Once upon a time, I seduced you.
Never me. Never the Windsors. We don't believe in fairy tales. They're public relations, a subject in which you are expert.
You say all that, but you married me.
That I cannot deny.
Would you deny it?
Would that I could.
It's funny, isn't it? I'm supposed to be so beautiful, such a princess, and who do I seduce? Who is in my bed?
I'm sure I don't know. Not me is the main good thing.
I should be more like Fergie. Get dressed up in a wig and meet men who don't know who I am. At dances and clubs, lick them all over.
Do what you want, Diana, but stop boring me.
Charles, I'm not the tiresome little girl you married. I've changed. I'm a woman.
You have changed. That's the problem.
For the better.
For better or worse, it doesn't matter. You're not who you pretended to be.
And who did I pretend to be?
woman who would fit the role she signed on to play. You pretended to be a royal.
And who was I?
A soggy biscuit, a drippy moron, a wet little virgin.
Go ahead, insult me. As long as you hate me, I know there's a chance for us.
Oh, is there?
Where there's hate, there's love.
Did you receive this wisdom from your astrologer, your osteopath, or a psychic telephone acquaintance?
Hate me. I live on your hate.
You little fool, it's not hate. If it were hate, you'd be right. Hate just might turn to love, but it's contempt.
No.
Contempt.
I came here to forgive you. I came here with love.
Oh yes, I forgot. You're the ambassadress of love from Lovania. You crossed over on the love boat.
Is that so terrible, to be pro-love?
You are pathetic. You've always been. The thing I find most hideous about your ugliness is your gesture of peering out at people from behind your bangs, head lowered, eyes wide through the golden wisps of hair. It's revolting, really.
Stop!
Like a puppy.
Stop, you win!
Or an Italian street urchin in a velvet painting. Love me. Please, love me.
Yes, sometimes I love you when I see you with my boys. Yes, sometimes I love you when you have them and their toys. I love you though we are no longer married. Even when you were, you were the man you said you were. Yes, sometimes I love you when you're with that for sure. Sometimes I even love you when you shake me like her. I love you though I said you were not standing. And that's the thing. And you did. Yes, sometimes I love you although you were out of my sight. Sometimes I even love you while alone in bed at midnight. I admit I dreamt about your manhood. I say that without shame. I was your wife in Jesus' name. Yes, sometimes I love you though the stars don't recommend it. Yes, sometimes I love you though I tried to be contented. I love you though you said you could not stand me. And that you would leave me. And you did. Now that you admit it, no, I don't think that you make it cool. Think that you would pick up and hate you. That's what you do. You
How about that Charles, huh? He's not afraid of Virginia Woolf. It hurts to watch that, huh? We need some comic relief here, and I think we should have left in the musical number that followed. It was a water ballet called "You're All Wet," sung by Charles in a thong bikini, complete with sea nymphs and a 4,000-gallon water tank, all right on stage. It was very Hollywood, very Busby Berkeley. If this were an Andrew Lloyd Webber play, you'd have got it. But it was too expensive, so we had to cut it. You know, he was right about Diana being wet. She was an innocent, naive. I should know, I'm the same way. You might ask, how can I be naive? Peeping in people's keyholes, trying to get pictures of them in compromising positions? I should know more than anybody that life is corrupt. Why can't I accept that? Charles, he wasn't naive. He was arrogant. He reckoned he could get them young and train them to do whatever he wanted them to do, like a horse or a dog or a little boy. Get them young and train them, he thought. Only it never works. Because young people, well, they might seem to have no personality at all, but really, hidden inside, they have one, waiting to come out. It's like latent. And then you marry them, and they get older, and suddenly, poof, a personality appears. Most inconvenient. Charles should have known that at his age. I think he thought, I'm Charles, future King of England, and the rules don't apply to me. Now, I know I'm not what you'd call objective, what with loving Diana and all, but I will say this. Take a look at Charles's watercolor paintings, and then look at Hitler's. Just look, that's all I say. Charles and Camilla planned their future.
My God, I'm feeling powerful today. I think it was Diana's visit that did it, really. She reminds me of some kind of dog.
You mean a Shih Tzu?
That's it, exactly.
How likely is it?
Oh, if people only knew. They'd never ask us to give this up. It's what everyone wants in life. Pure, seamless union with the beloved. This moment is perfect, and so are you, and so is life.
Do you really think you can make people accept us?
Yes.
You want to know what I think?
Yes.
That they'll never accept us. And they'll never even get the chance to because you won't be king.
I will.
Would it be so terrible if you weren't?
I will be king. I will not be publicly ridiculous.
Even to be privately happy?
But we're happy. We're happy no matter what. We're happy anyway, aren't we? Aren't you happy?
Charles, in many ways you remind me of your great Uncle Edward.
Do you mean, Camilla, that I'm going to marry a man and travel with pug dogs and feed them from silver bowls?
I mean, you've chosen love over the crown and you don't even know it. People think Diana's the romantic one. But of course, women are never romantic. Diana wanted to be the Queen of England.
She loved me.
She didn't love you. She loved the Prince of Wales. She'd have loved you if you were a bull terrier.
Perhaps I should bark like a dog.
I'll be believed.
Not quite yet.
You married her because she was appropriate. But unlike her, you could not convince yourself to love someone just for the sake of convenience. You chose an inconvenient love. You chose a romantic love. Even though I'm old and leathery. You chose me for my brain, for my soul.
But you're not old and leathery. You're a grown-up woman, that's all.
Thank you for contradicting me. And have I mentioned lately, thank you for loving me.
But what about you? If women are practical in matters of romance, does that mean that your love for me is practical?
But of course, you're the most wonderful companion, the most wonderful friend, and the most wonderful sex. It would be most impractical not to love you.
You make me seem quite irresistible.
So you are to me, but there remain two facts. You were divorced and slighted by your subjects.
I'm not!
They prefer someone pop, while you, my love, are stubbornly high church, and unapproachable, and unemotional.
I'm very emotional.
I meant publicly unemotional. The public wants someone superficial, someone telegenic. Look at your poor old mother. Years of self-sacrificing service to the state, and still, the people prefer Diana.
But why?
Have you watched the television lately?
Of course not, have you?
Enough to see that only pretty people are allowed to be on it. Elizabeth is no longer pretty. Charles, the people do not love your mother.
How dare they not?
Then present her more than you do. The public wants a swing. Oh, by the way, thank you.
Why would she?
Elizabeth will do what's good for the country. What's good for the country is a monarchy. And to preserve the monarchy, you must be passed over.
Oh, you seem oddly unperturbed by the possibility.
As a woman who values her privacy, I should be positively euphoric at such a joyous turn of events.
Well, what if I don't go along with it?
Then I shall love you anyway. But I think you go along.
How can you be so sure?
If you don't, your mother will have you killed.
Meanwhile, back at the disco.
Would you like another fruity cocktail?
No, thank you. Unpleasant things like bulimia and divorce head on, by talking about them openly and publicly in a free and honest way. In any case, no thank you. No more fruity cocktails.
Of course. How thoughtless of me. It cannot be easy to maintain beauty such as yours, though you give it the appearance of effortlessness.
You must stop flattering me. It makes me think you want something.
You know what I want.
Do stop.
You want it too.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
Do not be coy. You are besotted with my peninsula of love. Every night you crave it to enter your Suez Canal.
Jody. Don't take advantage of me. I'm so vulnerable and lonely right now.
You could have company every minute of the day if you wanted. I would spend all my nights and hours and years, millennia, ensuring that you are never lonely again.
That's all very well for you to say, but can I trust you?
I would put down my life on your behalf.
Dodi, I don't like to hurt you, but You're an international Eurotrash playboy. I mean, I'm not exactly quick, and even I can see that. I don't want to be just another notch on the gearshift of your Lamborghini. I want happiness and security, not only for myself, but for my boys.
I will be there for you, and I will be there for them, as though they were the issue of my own loins.
You say all that, but there have been so many women in your life, all discarded. Great heaps of used-up supermodels lying around Europe like a lot of old tires. And I wonder how many times you've spoken these words.
Maybe a dozen, perhaps 100. It does not matter, because for once I mean them. I want you. I need you. I love you madly.
Spoken like a handsome, charming, international playboy.
Here are words you seldom hear from an international playboy. Marry me.
It's too soon. I don't know. This time I have to be sure.
Just think about it.
Toadie, when a man, any man, asks a woman to marry, believe me, she thinks about it. I know he's just a man. What's a man at last? A guy who leaves you high and dry when the fever's past. Ignore his promises. He will deserve. He'll just stay till I get his love and forego her. I know he's just a man. Men are all the same. I don't know why I try again, because I know the game. He will abandon me, can always do. It's just a trick, a noodle there. It's it's just the thing I need. I know he's just a man. What's a girl to do? They'll love you till the death until they meet somebody new. They will not hesitate to tell you lies. I know he's just a man. I know that it's wrong. I know that I've been fine now. I know he's just a man, but this cannot be. It's just a shame that just a man is just the thing I need. It's just a shame that just a man is just the thing I need.
Why, you recognize me, don't you, honey? It's me, Norma Jean.
Who?
Norma Jean. Marilyn, you dope. Marilyn Monroe.
But you've been dead for years.
Don't I know it? Sure wish I had gotten a pedicure before I went.
What are you doing in my bedroom?
I'm dead silly. I can go anywhere I want. My restless ghost travels the earth and summers in hyena sport.
What do you want with me?
You don't sound very glad to see me.
Oh, sorry, it's just, well, it's been quite a night.
I know. That awful photographer and having to dance with Dodie, you must be pooped. Here, let me get into bed with you. I'm cold. only options?
What else?
Actress.
You always were a wonderful actress.
I tried to be. I was always good at comedy, and by the time I did The Misfits, I got nice reviews in drama too. That's the movie that killed Gable.
Clark Gable?
Heart attack. I cried and cried.
You liked him?
When I was a little girl, I used to fantasize about Clark, sort of the way you did about Charles. I didn't really have a daddy, so I pretended that Clark was my daddy. And when I grew up, well, I would have given anything to make love to him.
You didn't?
No, he was always very sweet, like a father. Maybe it was for the best, after all.
What a sweet story. Why does it make me so sad?
Because it's about father fixations on famous men with big ears.
Isn't that a little harsh?
Maybe a little. But you need to wake up and smell the vodka. You're in danger. I talked it over with Mary Jo Kopechne and Anne Boleyn. They said I should get down here quick.
Why would they be interested in me? For that matter, why would you?
Because we all share the same occupation, and it's a dangerous one.
You mean celebrity?
No, I mean women who sleep with political big shots. It's the most dangerous job there is.
What kind of danger?
I don't know, but something's coming, and I don't like it.
Well, how can I protect myself?
You've made a good start by playing dumb. It always worked for me.
Norma Jean, I'm not playing dumb. I'm a C student, and that's with effort.
Then you need protection. When you're an inconvenience to a powerful man, only one thing helps, and that's another powerful man. Gee, I wish I would have known that before Bobby Kennedy killed me.
Bobby Kennedy killed you?
Not Bobby himself, silly. The mob. Sam Giancana.
Goodbye, Norma Jean. Jody, come over right now. Come in. Jody, how did you get here so quickly?
I was already at your door, imploring you once again to be my bride.
Oh, yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. Enfold me in your hairy protective arms, my precious love.
To my own Diana, perhaps we could take a trip to celebrate. I'd love to show you Malibu.
Oh, sounds great. Now go away. I have calls to make.
Buckingham Castle, Elizabeth speaking.
Mother Windsor, it's Diana.
It's almost 9:30. Are you mad?
I must talk to William.
Oh, all right then. Pick up the phone. It's your mother.
Oh, nothing's wrong, my darling, darling boy. I'm so happy you're back from school. How I've missed you.
I've missed you too, Mummy, so much. The other boys at school miss their mummies too. Only they pretend they don't. But I don't pretend.
We'll spend more time together soon, I promise.
But Mummy, why are you calling so late?
Did I interrupt something?
No! No, I was just reading. Reading in bed, that's all. What's up?
Mommy just called to tell you that she's in love.
That's wonderful. Perhaps now you'll be happy.
I hope so.
Who is it?
Jody.
Dodie! Oh, but Mummy, he's not English.
Oh, he is nearly. He has a house in London.
Lots of people live in London, Mummy. It doesn't make them English.
But, darling, I thought you'd be happy for me.
Well, I would be, naturally, if it were someone English. Someone born in England, of English parents. But Dodie is, well, he's, not English.
Darling, please don't judge Dodie too quickly. I'll tell you what. How about you and me and Harry and Dodie all take a trip together? Perhaps to Los Angeles. You've always wanted to go there.
Los Angeles? Really, Mummy? Can I surf? Can I eat sushi? Can I wear a one-piece rubber bathing costume?
Oh, yes, anything. We'll be free.
Can we go meet everybody at Baywatch? Oh, I love Baywatch, especially the ladies. Did you know it's the most popular show in Germany?
Sometimes you are just Mummy's little German boy, aren't you?
Jawohl. But Mummy, what will Father say?
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but if he gives us any trouble, we'll go to the media.
I don't know, Mummy. I want to go, but I'm afraid of Daddy.
You leave Daddy to me.
Oh, Mummy, you're super.
And you're just fab yourself, my little prince. Now, good night. Sweet dreams of California.
Good night, Mummy.
Shut up! Yes! I am the queen. I don't need dance lessons. What's that smell? You've been farting all night. Now go back to sleep.
A television broadcast. This is Johnny Swift, commentary from London. Subject, the Royals. Conclusion, they must go. And don't be surprised if they do. This reporter has seen secret documents revealing that a top priority of Prime Minister Tony Blair's government is to end the monarchy once and for all, or at least turn the kingship into an elective position. A move that would be on par with the signing of the Magna Carta and ensure Blair's place in English history forever. England is the laughingstock of the civilized world, last of the constitutional monarchies. The Queen is head of state, head of the church, and commander of the armed forces. What we need is a president, not a king and a prime minister. The royals get the navy, and we scrape the barnacles. The royals get the gravy, and we get potatoes. Why is it the royal mint, but the national debt? Why are Scotland and Wales slave states within the so-called United Kingdom? Are they no better than Latvia? And what of Northern Ireland? And what of poor Prince William? Having seen what being royal does to people, do you want to see him king? What if he's a drooling moron? Save Prince William, down with the monarchy. Save Prince William from a life of gloomy duty and drudgery.
Yippee! Once more to my breech, dear horsey. My tampon for a horse.
This is a very fast gallop of verses.
Who says a classical education no longer has relevance?
True, but Camilla, must it always be Shakespeare?
But of course, Shakespeare's the most stimulating writer of all time.
Yes, but there are other games. We could play Fall of the Roman Empire, for example, or Sins of the Greeks.
Charles, I'm shocked. How can you prefer foreign decadent literature to Shakespeare?
Shakespeare, Shakespeare, Shakespeare. Sometimes I think you like Shakespeare better than you like me.
Well, it's a toss-up.
Will you please explain to me what it is you find so sexy about Shakespeare?
Well, it's the characters, the situations. Hey, Peaches. And the twins out of the winter to trading there. Likely a natural man had to let his back. Julie had did it too soon. Bonnie got short of the moon.
meant by leaving his wife second best thing.
Obviously, there was a bed lady he liked better than her.
Who?
Remember the dark lady of the side?
Yeah.
Just a boy in a bonnet.
Don't be outrageous.
Do you think Shakespeare sang?
Tame your tongue, you wanton wench.
You must admit there's a lot of cross-dressing in Shakespeare.
Don't be ridiculous. Shakespeare was as straight as I am. He was a manly chap who put women in their places. Sometimes I find it quite hard. Passages catch me off guard and voice my opinion. As Shakespeare said, it comes down to that. As Shakespeare said, it comes down to that. Comes down to that. Comes down to that. Comes down to that.
Father?
William and Harry wonder about something.
What are you doing?
What? Nothing! Miss Parker Bowles, what are you doing up there? Come down at once!
Sorry, Your Highness. I'll just be moseying along.
I'll see you later. We'll play Professor Plato has his office hours and questions the young athlete Socratically.
Oh, all right. But this time, you're the young athlete.
What's all that mean, Father?
I'll tell you when you're all grown up. So then, boys, what is it old dads can do for you?
Well, I was wondering. Well, we were wondering. Well, we want to go to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles? Whatever for? California is a terrible place.
But it looks awfully fun.
Oh no! Hate California. It's cold and it's damp.
It is?
And it's forever teetering on the edge of falling into the ocean. They have earthquakes
Not all the time.
every day. And the sun is so scorching hot that you need plastic surgery at the age of 32. They cut you with a knife and they draw your face back like this.
Yes, but they have Disneyland.
But you can see Euro Disney in Paris.
It's not the same.
But I don't understand. How would you get to Los Angeles?
We'd go with Mummy.
What does Mummy have to do with all this?
She wants us to go with her on a trip to Los Angeles. We checked with Mummy and it's all right, so we'd see if it's all right with you.
Well, it isn't.
Oh, but Mummy said.
Fuck Mummy! Do you hear me? Fuck Mummy! There is no chance you're ever going to Los Angeles. It's dirty, it's dangerous, it's vulgar, it's shallow, and it's the opposite of everything we stand for as a family.
But it'll only be for a short visit.
You are not going to Los Angeles. I never loved her. And for a long time I hated her. And even now, there are times I would enjoy to kill her.
He wants to kill Mummy! Don't be absurd!
I'm not being absurd, I'm being serious.
Oh, Rob, that's just a way of talking. Like when I say I'd like to kill you when you're being a pill.
I know the difference. Honestly, you act like I'm stupid.
Well, you are. Sometimes.
Am not. I'm smarter than you are. I'm just younger.
Okay, if you're so smart, tell me how does Daddy plan to kill Mummy?
I didn't say I knew how he was going to do it. They do it in secret.
They who?
People. Royal people. People who want the crown. For example, if I wanted to be king, I'd have to kill you.
Tell you what, you can have it.
No thanks, don't want it. But I'm just saying, there might be people who do.
Tell me, how would killing Mummy make Daddy king? He'll be king anyway.
I don't know.
You don't know anything.
I know that people kill over the throne. Lots and lots of people. Millions of people. And battles and wars. All over who's going to be king. Sent those two little boys to the Tower of London.
Little boys, I don't think so.
It's in the play. I saw the play. And it's about two brothers, just like us. They said, "We're sending you to the Tower of London for your own safety." And then at night, when they were alone, they sent a murderer to kill them. And then he came back and told Richard he had killed them. He said, "The tyrannous and bloody act is done. The most arch deed of piteous massacre that ever yet this land was guilty of. Dighton and Forrest, who I did suborn to do this piece of ruthless butchery, albeit they were fleshed villains, bloody dogs, melted with tenderness and kind compassion, wept like the children in their death's sad story. Oh, thus, quoth Dighton, lay the gentle babes, thus, quoth Forrest, girdling one another in their alabaster innocent arms. Their lips were full, red roses on a stalk, which in their summer beauty kissed each other. A book of prayers on their pillow lay, which once, Forrest, almost changed my mind. But oh, the devil there, the villain stopped. When Dighton thus told on, we smothered the most replenished, sweet work of nature that from the prime creation has she framed. Hence both are gone with conscience and remorse. They could not speak, and so I left them both to bear this tidings to the bloody king. So what do you think of that?
I think it's highly unlikely that we'll be lying girdled in each other's alabaster arms, kissing each other with lips that look like 4 red roses. What's more, you're bringing it up makes me wonder whether you take after Uncle Edward a little too much.
Waterfront Wanda? Not bloody likely.
All right then, let's go play some rugby.
Look, I know where the gods keep their guns. Just in case I'm right, let's go get some automatic weapons and hide them under our beds.
That's a great idea.
Diana at the disco with Dodie again.
Diana, I have a confession to make. I hope you'll be able to forgive me.
Really, it sounds serious.
I must confess to you that for the first time in my life, I'm wildly, deliriously happy. And why? Your beauty, your charm, the delightful way of having them peering out from under your veins with your big, blue eyes.
What did you say?
Blue, I said blue.
No, before that, about my bangs.
About how I love the way how you tuck your pretty chin and look up at me through the interstices of your golden bangs.
Jody, if you only knew what that means to me.
Interstices? What interstices means to you? Well, it means a small or narrow space between things or parts, my darling dumbhead.
No. What it means at last to be with a man who values me and needs me as much as I need him.
I despise men who hurt you, especially Charles and Major Hewitt. I'll personally chop off their English foreskins.
Thanks, Jody. But you see, for the first time in my life, I'm happy. And happy people can forgive anything.
I'm glad.
And do you know what's made me happy? You.
This is why we must go to Los Angeles forever.
Are you mad?
The only place in the world where you would have more power than the royal family.
I could never have more power than the Windsors.
In Los Angeles, you would.
How?
Entertainment is the #1 industry in America. And in that industry, celebrity is the most valuable commodity. You're now with Charlie Chaplin, Elvis Presley, and the Beatles have been before you, the most popular entertainer in the world. And only in Los Angeles will they know your true value.
I'm not for sale.
Selling is not the only use for value. The thing that is valued is safe and respected. You will be safe and respected in Los Angeles.
Incredibly, I think I understand your point.
Darling, I have another surprise. I bought the most beautiful house in Malibu. I want us to live there. Our life would be a dream. You could be a movie star if you wanted.
Oh, out of the question. I could never appear in the movies. Much too undignified. Absolutely not.
Your fee would be $25 million.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Fayette.
I thought you would say that.
But what movie could I possibly make?
Mr. Kevin Costner wants you to star with him in the sequel to The Bodyguard.
The Bodyguard? Who would I play?
The body.
Ah.
He's the guard. He guards you.
I don't know.
Hollywood is the capital of the world, and you will be its queen.
Why not? Why not? The hell with the windows. We'll go where they can't touch us. We'll move to L.A. But what about the boys? Charles will never ever let the boys come to Los Angeles.
Once you are a resident of the United States, you will be subject to its American courts. You can sue. In America, celebrities always win their court cases.
I understand you can even kill your spouse in America, if you're famous enough.
Charles will be faced with the prospect of a custody battle against a big...
Do that to the boys? You see, I adore them. It's true I don't see them that much, but I do love them, so I couldn't drag them through the court.
And you won't have to. The threat will be enough.
They won't take me seriously.
On the contrary, they think you a loose cannon on deck, capable of blowing hole in ship of state.
My brother-in-law would like to see. Or is it just sailors he likes? Yes. We'll go to Los Angeles. Can we go over on a ship?
Your wish is my desire.
Oh, Jody, all this time I thought you were just a cheesy billionaire. But you were really quite a clever, cheesy billionaire.
Come, we are late for dinner. Elton and Fergie and Andrew Lloyd Webber and John Travolta and all our other close personal friends will be waiting.
Yes, we must go. Look at the time.
Darling, please, go ahead and take the Mercedes. There's someone I must talk to before I go.
It's okay, darling. I can wait.
No, it is just business and it would bore you. Besides, our friends are waiting.
All right, darling.
Hey, you! Shutterbug Vulture!
Did you bring the money?
25,000 pounds, cash. Do you understand what is required from you?
Simple enough. You tell me where you're going, I tell the paparazzi.
But you don't tell them how you got your information.
Why should I? They'll be paying me too.
That is your concern. What matters to me is that I am photographed with Diana wherever we go. We're on the way to the restaurant now. I'm in the 80s, that's no good. But in the 90s, I prefer. I think the government has served the rich. I'm making money so I cannot bitch. I'm getting richer every day. The business sends me, I don't pay. What I want is worldwide fame. I'm an Egyptian. Who wants a name?
obviously Freudian.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Yes, but please remember the rest of the time it is a big penis in your mouth.
You know, sometimes you remind me of grandmother, mostly when you're a castrating bitch. Oh, did I say castrating bitch? I'm so sorry. It must have been a Freudian slip.
Don't be vulgar, Charles. This is a theatre, and the audience is paying a lot of money. They want art, not entertainment. They're mostly gay homosexuals, you know.
So, have you called me here to discuss the theatre? Well, it's dead. Next topic?
Very well. Were you aware that your former wife is intent on moving to Los...
Mother, now stop it!
How could you know such a thing and not tell me about it?
I was going to.
When? A year from Tuesday? During my lifetime, or should I say during my reign?
I was going to tell you. I didn't think it was that important.
Not important. Not important. The mother of a future king of England is moving to California with a swarthy, dusty wop who will be stepfather to the future king of England.
As long as he takes die far from me.
What a crusade! Merry Christmas. We wish you all a Merry Christmas. We wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy jihad.
All right, Mother, that's enough.
Holy night. Allah is calm. Allah is bright.
I've met Duty Bayet. He doesn't proselytize.
These proselytize with swords. They cut your head off. Like Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, Mother, it's not as bad as all that.
Not as bad as all that. The idiot boy, my mentally defective son, says. Not as bad as all that.
All right.
It's worse. Don't you realize that the first time that William is photographed blade rollering or playing Nintendo or bowing to the east while playing Nintendo, the monarchy is dead. Dead. Centuries of stability down the old water closet all because Charles is too backwards, too feeble-minded.
Hey!
Too feeble-minded to realize that the greatest constitutional crisis that England has ever faced is nigh.
All right. What do you want me to do about it?
I don't want you to do anything about it right now. I will handle right now, as I am still the Queen of England. But later, when the time comes for you to assume the throne, you will step aside in favor of William.
Bloody hell I will!
It is what you will do.
You bustling, strangulating, suffocating old spotted sow! Battle cruiser!
It doesn't bother me that you are disrespectful now. You have never been otherwise.
God, how I've always hated you!
And it's neither hither nor there.
No! But by God, I'm going to tell you about it anyway. Ever since I was a little boy, I've had to put up with your restrictions. Never once before the age of 18 did I ever do a single thing that I wanted to do.
Oh, surely that is an exaggeration.
Is it? From the very beginning, before I was born, when you picked out that martinet of a father, any chance I had of being free was gone.
Honey, I remember it differently. You always did as you pleased and got everything that you wanted.
Incorrect! Wrong! Never anything! If I tried to do anything, you held out the throne as a carrot. I pushed my nose to that carrot my whole life. Pushed my nose to the shop window of the family business. I'm a 50-year-old man, and I've been waiting my whole life for something that you now say will never come.
No, it won't.
But it's not fair!
Life is not fair, not even for kings and queens. But you're better off than most.
But I'm old. I can't pee right anymore, Mummy.
You can. And don't forget that I'm the one who has to sleep with Grandmama.
We all have our crosses to bear.
Indeed we do.
Tell me, why is it I will do as you say?
Because you love England. And you will do whatever is right for her because you were bred for that purpose.
You make me sound like one of your dogs.
There's much to be said for dogs. Many sensible people find them quite preferable to human beings. You need some sleep. Have a little drink before you go. But not too much.
You know, Camilla predicted this.
I should think she did.
Do you like Camilla?
She'd have made a good queen, except she's divorced. I'm going to bed.
So, I'm not to be king. It's a very bad thing. In fact, I feel so badly, I'm impelled to sing. I should really shut up, for I have no voice. But you see, this is a musical. I have no choice. It's a big for turning 50. It's a big for getting old. You're a dinosaur to be shown the door. You're a corpse all covered in mold. How can I start something new? Now how can I start yet again? I'm a damned old fart, not some young upstart. Where can monarchs go to retrain? How I hate turning 50. How I hate the way life wasted away. With my terrible fate and my huge prostate. Turning 50. I hate. It is no joke when your dreams die. It is no joke. You're a ghost. And your heart is broke. And your plan is broke. And your future is now in your past. I have let slip every minute. I have let slip every hour. Take a business trip, launch a battleship. Meanwhile, life is turned sweet to sour. How I hate turning 50. How I hate the way life wasted away. With my terrible fate and my huge prostate. Turning 50. I hate. I reiterate, I must have big pain. Turning 50. I hate.
At last, I thought he'd stay all night. He never was very intelligent. I've forgotten why your children are so stupid, if I ever knew. Remind me, was Philip stupid?
No, rather intelligent as I am, I should think. However intelligent that is.
Above average.
Oh, yes, above average. When it comes to intelligence, there's never any need to be ostentatious.
Though ostentation of any kind is appropriate only on state occasions.
Exactly, absolutely.
I've just had an idea.
What?
If the monarchy goes to hell and we're thrown out on the streets, maybe you could do one of those absolute vodka ads. Your picture could be on the label, and the caption underneath would say, Absolute Monarch.
Hey, Mother, I know you're trying to be mean, but that's really rather funny.
Thank you.
That's so very modern. And if Diana succeeds in smashing the monarchy to bits, we should all have to get very modern very quickly.
Elizabeth, you're a practical girl, and I know you will find a way out of our present difficulty.
Oh, will I? Prithee, what might the way out be?
I think you know.
I don't. You do. I don't. Really.
Don't you? Don't you really? Don't you really in your heart know what needs to be done?
I won't do it.
Have no choice.
Murder?
Nonsense! It's assassination. It's an entirely different matter. Besides, would you rather the stepfather cut off William's head for refusing to pray at sunset?
Anglicans pray at sunset too. Remember that it's called evensong.
Yes, but Anglicans can pray in whatever direction they choose, while Muslims must pray to the east. That shows we have freedom of religion and they do not.
Be that as it may, I do not have the heart to kill Diana.
There, you said it. That's the first step. Now do it.
But the girl doesn't bother me that much. I don't hate her.
Beth, listen to yourself, as though it were personal. How could you? Pull yourself together. It's your duty. You're willing to ask duty of Charles. Now demand it of yourself. The only way out of this dilemma is to be strong and do what is necessary. Besides, she's only one girl.
Think of all the soldiers who died.
Assume that I reached you on your cell phone as you were on your way to see me and almost to my very chamber door.
Not at all. I was, in fact, at Whitehall. I arrived promptly as a service to your fine audience.
They're all gay homosexuals, you know.
I'm quite partial to homosexuals and have often employed them in the Secret Service.
Really? Fascinating. Why?
They make quite good spies. Kim Philby, Guy Burgess, the whole lot of them, gay as Christmas. Kim and Guy are famous, of course, for betraying us, but there are many others of them who do not.
Surely James Bond wasn't a...
The boys at the mine shaft called him James Bondin.
Perhaps Edward should join the Secret Service. He might fit in.
Oh, no. Only closeted homosexuals make good spies. Marrying homosexuals the best of all. There's something about the habit of concealing one's deepest identity every minute, even to those closest to you, that it makes them wonderful at undercover work.
So, Ralph, every time I meet you, I discover something new and wonderful about the mysterious and intriguing world of spies.
We like to call them agents.
Of course. How cunning you are.
They have to keep one step ahead of the enemy, you know.
You are a fox.
Your Majesty is too kind. Now, I gather you wanted me on business of some urgency.
Yes. Well, I think what I want more than anything is your advice.
I stand ready to give it.
It is slightly a family matter.
Your Majesty can rely on my discretion.
I'm glad to hear it. My problem, in a word, is Diana.
Oh, dear. I was under the impression that that problem was behind us after the success of Operation Squidgy.
Yes, well, unfortunately, we have misjudged the public. Diana's mistakes and indiscretions, rather than discrediting her as they should, seem to endear her to them all the more.
Strange. Your Majesty, we live in a changed world and not change for the better, I fear.
Indeed, and as you know, Diana's been spending quite a lot of time with a fabulously wealthy Egyptian.
Oh, I hadn't heard that. Thank you for telling me.
You were unaware that Diana Spencer was seeing Jodie Fayed?
Yes. I was finding out this and that. At the Secret Service, we have to hire more newspaper chaps and fewer homosexuals.
Well, that's certainly a thing to consider. So, Ralph, do you approve of the monarchy?
Your Majesty, how could you ask me something like that? My love for the crown is almost as much as my love for England. To love England is to love the Queen. Why, the very name of the organization I lead is Her Majesty's Secret Service.
So you would be willing to do whatever is necessary to protect the crown?
Show me where to stand, and I'll take the bullets.
That is kind of you, Sir Ralph. Perhaps we should leave such physical duty to younger men.
Yes, not really up to the old swashbuckling anymore. More likely to just buckle under, eh?
I think if my grey head, such as yours, would be better used at cerebral duties. Making policy, solving problems.
Yes, probably.
Yes, but the problem is that Diana is a threat to the monarchy. I mean, you can see where her marrying this Egyptian Muslim might cause a situation. His relatives might be terrorists. God only knows what poor Prince William will be exposed to, living in California with a swarthy, dusky Egyptian stepfather.
Yes, it sounds like she needs a good talking to before she does something that can't be taken back.
Yes, but I was thinking of something a little more final.
More final.
Yes, final.
Final.
Will no one rid me of this troublesome princess?
Say what?
Will no one rid me of this troublesome princess?
Are we playing charades? Is it a novel, a movie, or a play?
If only something would happen to her, some terrible, fatal accident.
I'm sorry, your meaning is...
Kill her! Do you hear me? Kill the bitch! I mean, you're making it look like an accident. Tried to be clever about it, but in any case, whatever you do, make her dead. Praying about her demise, calls her deceased living, and then should come to her days making her extinct, past her expiration date. Do I make myself clear? Stop when I have a breather less breath and become an historical figure. You ain't murder, just kill her!
Yes, your Majesty. I believe I know what you're hinting at.
Over there in Wardland somewhere, I suppose. then it's not my job to know. It's my job to wear hats and smile. I suppose that's not much.
There were the times during the war when smiling and hat wearing meant the difference between English freedom and Nazi slavery. And no Englishman alive during that time will ever forget it. And neither will I.
Shush now, shush. What's this here? Here, little Mom help you. Off we go now. It's been a busy day and my little girl is tired, that's all. Just tired. Come on, off to bed we go. Everything will be all right. You'll see.
That's by HQ.
Gathering intelligence doesn't take a lot of sense. Mostly it's just hard work. You'll be searching high and low for what the other guy'll know. So you put on a trench coat and you lurk. Still the job is rather mellow for a quiet sort of fellow. The pensions and the benefits are good. Sometimes there's a problem still, or a dilemma, if you will, when you are asked to act like some cheap hood. It's a penguin when the queen is me, and she wants to use the spy machine for a little dirty work. It's the kind of work we like to shirk. It's all good when the queen is mean, and the war is in the Argentine, and you think that's like in there Brazil, and you're feeling like an imbecile, and you all this sort of thing. My eyes and ears are wondering lately I'm not been practicing. I sprung, I spring, now I need the corn on the ring. So to London, that's where I came. English and Germany to proclaim what their English isn't what you wish. Spanish sounds to me like gibberish, so I couldn't understand a word. So the locals all must be murdered. I went under the flames and guns, and we bombed the wall. All this sort of thing, my eyes and ears are wondering lately I'm been practicing. I strung my string, so I need the corn on the ring. And now, what am I to do with Di? Must I bid the little dear goodbye? What's she done in such a big faux pas? She's done nothing that's against the law. The old days were a dead delight. We just take our hand in your life and we follow around midnight. And literally always night to old. All this sort
Of women, do you approve of that?
Only on stage. And be careful not to inflame the audience. You know what they are.
And sexual acts invented after Elizabethan England?
After that, things get a little frou-frou. I think it's the French influence of the 1700s, I think I draw the line involving furniture other than that which was specifically intended for lovemaking.
Like beds or fainting couches?
Or kitchen tables. Remember Jessica Lange and Jack Nicholson in The Postman Always Rings Twice? Ooh, darling, I wish that was you and me in the kitchen of the Southern Roadhouse. Me, sweaty all over from cooking hamburger sandwiches. You, unshaved and hungry, voracious, all mouth and aggression.
Kiss me. Kiss me hard on my mouth. I have an idea.
I'll go fetch a big deal pickle.
Wait, come back here.
What?
I want to ask you a question from the silliest possible position.
What's that?
Well, to hell with what the church or what anyone else says. Will you marry me? Will you marry me and marry me and marry me? Look, I know I'm not much, but the plain fact is I cannot live without you.
Oh, Charles, you darling man. You'll never ever have to do without me. Not while I have anything to say about it, but I do think I should marry you.
Why not?
Because I want you to be accepted by the public.
I don't care if I'm accepted by the public.
You care a little bit. Not a lot, I grant you, but a little.
A very little.
But you should, because even though I think you won't be king, I could be wrong.
Well, you're not often wrong about much.
But I can be wrong. I can be wrong about this, and if someday you're king, they'll never accept me as queen.
What's the alternative?
I remain your mistress.
You know I hate that word. You're not my mistress. You're my friend.
I know, Charles. Really, I do. But to the public, I'd be your mistress, and that would have many advantages.
Name one.
As your mistress, I'm pathetic. Poor Camilla can't marry Charles because she's divorced and isn't suitable. Well, serves her right for breaking up that marriage. Let her stay a mistress like the backdoor trout she is.
Now, why would they think that?
They want me to be humiliated, and they want you to do penance. And they don't want you to ram down their throats a wife who could never compare to Diana.
Why, you'd outshine her in every way.
No, you're forgetting television and the look thing. She's good casting. I'm bad casting. If you would watch television, you just a little bit as an sparrow, you would know.
So, if you're my, quote, mistress, I look like I've given up something for the people, and they like me for that?
Yes.
You'd be happy being my mistress and not my wife?
I'm happy as long as I have access to that great slab of English meat between your buttocks.
Oh, you mean Roger. Roger Moore. M-O-R-E.
Yes, you're Roger Moore. More Roger, but more Roger. Your huge tallywhacker is a tribute to the greatness of English people. You are my stud bull. You make me quite the mad cow. I was glad when that German tabloid painted the picture of your Roger. So everyone knew what a large one it was.
With all your filthy talk of German tabloids, you've waked Roger up.
Let's take a shower. Take off his hat and get him all wet.
I've got a better idea. I'm hungry. Let me loose from here and we'll fix a snack on the kitchen table, Jessica.
You know, some fairy stories live happily ever after without benefit of marriage. Maybe Charles and Camilla will be one.
You know, that's my son. I'm not James. James has been dead for years. I'm his younger brother Angus. Don't you remember me? Angus Bond, at Her Majesty's service.
Yes, yes. How are you, Angus?
I'm just fine. You think you can help stretch me out, though?
Yes, yes, of course.
Thank you, Dorothy. Now, could you fetch me that oil can over there?
Don't worry. It's just me Alzheimer's disease.
How old are you now, Angus? Couldn't bring yourself to do.
I came close a couple of times, but it's not up to me to decide what's right. It's up to me to get it done.
And what if your assignment were to assassinate Princess Diana?
Is that the assignment?
Yes. Or it was until I've seen that you've become, well, an older gentleman. My, how time flies. It seems like only yesterday we were swingers in Nehru collars.
What did bring up Prime Minister Nehru? I was on another soap continent and I can prove it.
Whatever you've done, I'm sure you did it for the Empire.
Get damn tooth and I did. The bloody woog.
In any case, the question remains, how to do die? If we do decide to do her in, how will we do it?
There are so many ways to deal with an unconvenience.
I've always been partial to poisons.
Detect, you just slip and smoke in that coffee mug, and no one will ever suspect.
Yeah, my preference have always been pistols. So easy to slip in and out. You sneak up behind, you squeeze one then blind. They don't even have time to shout. Oh no, they don't even have time to shout. How you enjoy a missing foul. It's hard to enjoy anything on the ground. Now I will destroy my target for today. To set away my next effect. I need a victim to slay. Please do not exclude strangulation. I'm 6 years, call this the end. Score the bones, I'm the lyrics of tones, and suddenly no more bad breath. We've been known to do it with acid. In bathrooms bodies touch smooch. Then there's no extraneous, Professor Cranius. Then to the honorable judge, I'm not. Till then to the honorable judge. How I do enjoy a bit of Philip's foul. It's not the lady. I need a victim to slay. Some others they favor a throat cut, convenient for ending a life. The weapon of choice to silence a voice, a razor, a hatchet, a knife. And also the mastic is drowned. The bathroom is only one way. So their consternation, they travel on vacation, a fine ocean side holiday. My favorite of all is the car crash. The car goes right into a pole. You ring the computer, you kill the computer. The sand's gone out of control. The sand's gone out of control. How I do enjoy a witness now. Let's talk the way the judgment on the crowd. Now I will destroy my target for today. Set my way, my next frame. I need a victim to slay. Set my way, my next frame. I need a victim to slay.
Dodie and Diana in the Tunnel of Love.
Paris in August. So empty. A little sad, I think. No one stays in Paris during August, only tourists.
And vagabonds. Like
Like a giant plaster of Paris dinosaur.
I was thinking more of something beautiful. Like the Eiffel Tower.
You mean something monumentally useless?
I don't mean that at all. Perhaps I had better just shut up.
Do you think we've lost them?
Absolutely. They're following the limousine into the Parisian suburbs.
Those paparazzi are smart, like bloodhounds. I couldn't do what they do. They're as cunning and alert as jungle fighters.
You sound almost as though you respect them.
It won't take them long to know the limousine is a decoy. I mean, it's not exactly an original diversion.
We'll be fine. Everything will be okay.
You see, Dodie, at first you think you can control the media, use them to your advantage. That's what people think, Dodie. They think they can use the media, don't they, Dodie? But it's a game, and the game is out of control. Charles used to say paparazzi are the price society pays for a free press. Only I'm the one stuck with the bill.
I don't understand what you mean.
What I mean is, isn't it awfully funny the way the paparazzi always seem to know where we'll be? How do you think they know that, Dodie?
Never seen you so agitated. What are you doing?
Fastening my seatbelt.
Darling, you'll wrinkle your dress. Stop worrying.
You're in the back seat of an S-Class Mercedes. This car is built like a Panzer tank, virtually indestructible, like riding around in a gigantic Rolex watch.
Why is everyone driving so fast?
You know how Parisians drive.
It doesn't feel like Paris.
What's that buzzing?
They found us.
Driver, step on it!
It won't help.
Will you control this game?
You can't win with the press, Derby. The best you can achieve is a sort of Tai Chi.
Driver, scare them off! They're backing off. Look, you can't even see them.
We're going too fast.
Do you want them to catch up?
I won't think it is dinner in one piece.
Driver, slow down. Driver, I said slow down.
Driver! Driver!
And don't you blame me for it. I wasn't there. I admit, if I had been, I'd have taken those pictures. That's how I eat. So don't you judge me. What do you do? Defend criminals in court? Foreclose on mortgages? Destroy children's minds with advertising? How many lives have you ruined going about your daily business? I've heard the truth. You do. You're worrying about a few snapshots when every newspaper you read, every film at the cinema, every TV show is controlled by a multinational corporation. They want you to get all excited about the paparazzi, then you won't worry about what they're up to. So don't you dare blame me, because I'm just a guy who loved the princess. Deus ex machina, or denouement, you be the judge.
Mommy? Mommy?
I'm here, boy.
Where, Mommy?
Everywhere, really. Over here, Willie. Hello there.
Oh, Mommy.
No, Willie. I'm not happy. I'm not here in that way.
Where have you gone to?
Let's say heaven.
Is it wonderful?
Oh, yes.
Well, what do you do there?
Laugh all the time.
At what?
For one thing, all the latest Princess Di jokes.
Where do you hear them?
We listen in on telephone conversations of bond traders.
Isn't that dull and time-consuming?
It would be, but time is different here.
Who else is there?
I've been seeing a lot of Martha Mitchell and Nicole Simpson. Nicole's heard all the OJ jokes 10 times, so she just loves Princess Di jokes. Sometimes she makes OJ jokes into Princess Di jokes, but it doesn't really work.
I don't think jokes like that are very funny.
You would if you knew more about death. My favorite is, what did Mother Teresa say when she heard about Princess Di's accident? Now how will I upstage that bitch? The fellow at Goldman Sachs told that one.
That's not very funny. I bet Mother Teresa wouldn't have laughed.
Oh, she howled. I thought she'd have a heart attack. Another.
Well, who cares? More people cried about you dying than Mother Teresa.
That's only because I was pretty and she was a hunchback dwarf. People are often shallow, darling. I'm not criticizing, mind you. It's just human nature.
I think you're much more important and wonderful than Mother Teresa.
Oh, no. Mother Teresa was a woman who gave up everything she owned to help the poor. I, on the other hand, auctioned off my old designer dresses. She washed maggots off the wounds of beggars dying in the streets. There's really no comparison. But I did do one really wonderful thing.
What?
Having you and Harry.
I love you, Mommy. Everyone loved you, not just because you're pretty.
I think people love me because I suffered. They love me because even though I had beauty and money and a royal marriage, everything they think would make them happy, I wasn't happy.
You weren't?
Only a little near the end. And it made people happy to feel sorry for someone like me. They thought they knew me. They didn't, of course. I mean, if they'd been at a party with me and John Travolta and seen me make a beeline for John and ignore them, they'd have seen soon enough how much they knew me. Isn't it weird? Having all these strangers think they love you? But really, except for you boys, I never got much love.
Why not?
Well, because my father didn't want me, then my husband didn't want me, and despite what he said at the funeral After all, my brother never wanted me either.
I want you. Come back. Harry misses you. Come back for Harry. We can't stand it.
Of course you'll stand it. You're standing it now. You go on standing it. But as for coming back, I can only do it the once. To say goodbye. Or to warn people about things like falling pianos or whatever. Oh, boys. I feel it fading. I think I'm leaving you.
Where are you going?
It's indescribable.
Well, can't you tell us? Sort of? Almost gone.
Do you feel better now I came?
Yes, Mommy.
Much better. I meant to tell you all about the wisdom of the age.